If you're having a really, really, really hard day, you're maybe really struggling to like keep up with whatever treatment regimen you're on, you know the place you're going to go to is a far walk across town in the cold and the rain, and all they're going to have for you there is an iPad to talk to the doctor, and that's it. Imagine that would be like much harder to do than if, hey, I know that if to make it to the doctor, I get to go to this place that's going to give me a hat and some gloves and a blanket and some food and some warm coffee and then a smile and a joke. That I think is like maybe the most important part for treatment retention for a lot of people.
We go out into the field and we engage people there, our clients there, they could come and meet us. So it's kind of just, as opposed to the stigma of having to deal with the hospital system and just getting treated like dirt.
What's most important about the model of medication-assisted treatment that we provide at HACHR is, I think, its low barrier and its accessibility. Relative to most other MAT programs that are available, the requirements to get enrolled are pretty minimal. There aren't further requirements around drug testing or like group meetings that you have to attend beyond continuing to show up each week and talk to the doctor, and that you can just kind of like pull up on the street corner and be like, hey, what's up? Nice to see you again. I think that's a key part of accessibility too.
You know, we have on average about 100 people each month that are accessing BrightHeart through HACHR. We had to move the clinic up to Arcata for a while, and I would say 3/4 of the people stopped being able to access their services and they relapsed. So being back in Eureka has been huge, and that's been thanks to Open Door. When we're at Open Door, right outside their offices, if someone is needing any other kind of medical care, we can step right inside and set them up with the primary care physician and an appointment right then.
When someone arrives for the first time at the HACHR MAT program, we have them fill out a very short paper form just with basic identifying and contact information. And from there, we fill out 3 online forms with them, dial into an intake specialist at BrightHeart where they're asked a few questions and their insurance is verified, and after their insurance is verified, they're ready to talk to the doctor.
Well, hello, I'm Dr. Aladag. Nice to see you.
She sends the prescription to the pharmacy of their choice, and then they're good to go. So they should be getting their medication on the same day that they came here to sign up.
Having that same doctor is very important because they build that relationship, understanding there's going to be a substitute sometimes, but then still understanding the people that they're dealing with are like very sensitive people and they need to be treated sensitively. It's that's the only way they keep coming back is because they get that human feeling.
You do need an ID in order to pick up a Suboxone prescription from the pharmacy, so if someone doesn't have that, I go into the pharmacy as the MAT program coordinator and I pick up their prescriptions for them.
If we did not have the telehealth accessibility of these medications and of these doctors, we would not be able to run a MAT program.
For me, it was cool because, HACHR would come to me. Originally, they would come to my apartment because I had like social anxiety. I had a really cool doctor. She was really understanding. So they were really supportive of me doing better. You know?
During the pandemic, California made it legal for Suboxone to be prescribed via telehealth. I hope that policymakers can come to understand what a difference it's made in people's lives. I know that we have people who would not be alive if it weren't for this service.
I think for a lot of people who maybe are unfamiliar with the harm reduction world, it might seem kind of impossible for a MAT program to operate in a context like that. I wasn't here when we got the very first round of the MAT funding that's currently keeping our program going. I do know that when we got it, it was like, okay, let's figure it out. Let's make it happen. And we did.
HACHR providing this low barrier access to services is not available anyplace else in the area. We're pretty much we're it. We're the only game in town. I think that's why people seek us out, and we're glad to provide it.